Hello and welcome to another episode of things happening around the world under 5 minutes or less. So let's get started with my home state, Florida. So Ron DeSantis, he tweeted, "I was proud to sign a landmark legislation and two executive orders to protect individual liberties. SB 2006 bans vaccine passport, prohibits indefinite lockdowns, ends local restriction on small businesses, bolsters emergency preparedness for future public health emergency." This guy, I understand, but Florida is one of the states that still has like high cases. Although it did go down compared to what they used to be, but they still range between 3,000 to 5,000 plus cases a day, which is still not little. California, their cases went down so nicely. And speaking of cases, in India, they've been reporting over 300,000 cases a day for the past couple of days, and the reason for that is because they went easy after the first wave. And now us, he already made a few things easy, and now with this he wants to go completely hams. And this is not the only thing that happened recently in Florida. For example, according to New York Post, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to sign a bill banning social media deplatforming. So what that means is he wants to stop social medias from kicking people out. A prime example of that would be like Donald Trump when Twitter kicked him out, because the things that politicians says, in my opinion, you guys don't have to be agree with me, but just like a normal person, if he posts something harmful or he says something that's against the policy of the company, that person usually get banned from social media. So the same rules should apply to politicians. If they say something which can create chaos or can be consequential for a country, then I feel like these companies should have the right to kick them out. Now, freedom of speech, I get it, I understand it, but if their freedom of speech can cause harm, then there needs to be some type of restrictions. Anyways, that aside, according to AF news agency, at least 17 people died and more than 100 were injured in clashes that broke out across Colombia during 5 days of protests against proposed government tax reform, authorities said on Monday. This is truly sad. There is like a type of frustration that's happening around the world for the past year. There were protests in Russia, there were protests all over Europe against the lockdowns, there were protests in Myanmar against the military, protests in India against the government for the laws they created, and now here in Colombia. And unfortunately, many people have lost their lives, whether it was here or in Myanmar, and so to speak. My condolences are to the friends and the families of these people who unfortunately passed away. I'll pray that may God bring peace to this world, because things are just going bananas. That aside, according to BBC News World, South Africa to ban lion breeding for cub petting. According to the same article, they said that it's gonna anger the hunters, but I'm like, who cares about the hunters? Lions are the type of creatures, they need to be in a wild. These are magnificent animals that do not need to be tamed. They need their own territory and their own area where they can live, run. And these are like, for example, this reminds me of orcas. They need big ocean to swim. Same with the lions. These are creatures not for captivity. They have they need a vast amount of land, and where they have their own prides and live the life in a way they are supposed to live. So forget the hunters. I'm glad this is taking place. Anyways, guys, these are some of the things taking place around the world. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in tomorrow for more. Till then, take care of yourselves.